Hey everybody, welcome back to Pilates at the Core Connection. My name is Rita and I've been teaching since 2004. So today we're going to do a full intermediate workout, but focusing more about articulating the spine. We got a lot of bones we're going to move through, so we're going to do that. And we're just going to articulate right down. Just think about tucking that tailbone, going through all of these pieces of the spine. Good, we're going to land down on our backs, arms long by the side. Knees bent, everything's aligned, knees, feet, hips. Take a breath in. We're gonna just roll right through our spine into this bridge. We call this the hip roll. It's not just lifting up the hips and moving at the hip joint. We take that breath into the rib cage and then we just articulating the spine down one bone at a time. It's like a pearl necklace going one bone at a time. And if you do that and really keep active in your core and your hips, you'll be able to move more slowly with specific focus, and you'll get much more out of this. And I'm going to do one more just because these feel so good to open up the back of the body, open up the spine, open up the ribs, pressing those hips up, squeezing the glutes, and then just rounding through that spine to come all the way back into neutral. I'm going to go ahead and move to the upper body. I'm going to nod my chin before I lift my head and bring myself into flexion, because that's going to set my skull in the perfect position to not take too much tension on the neck. And so these ab preps, take that breath in and then exhale, peel it down. We're just kind of warming up these abs to get ready to do more flexion, some extension today. Take a breath in. Of course, we're moving in all planes of motion. Peel it back down. One more like that. We're going to nod the chin. We're going to curve forward. So if we didn't nod the chin, we wouldn't have that nice stability in our neck. I'm going to talk about that in a second, right after we do a couple of pulses here. We're going to pulse up one. Notice I'm keeping my low spine and pelvis nice and neutral for these pulses. And I'm really holding on to my 10-pound head just to get all of that work in with my abdominals and this rectus abdominis, pulsing up. Do a couple more like this. And good. Now I'm going to bring my hands back down to my hips and I'm going to peel my spine right back down. So if I didn't do this little chin nod before lifting and I just lifted everything up, I might come up like this and get really tense in my neck and shoulders. So that's why in the stop method of Pilates, we do that chin nod and then we curve forward, okay? So, very good. Now I'm going to take myself into a nice stable position in my low abdominals. I'm going to imprint. I'm going to lift one leg up to tabletop and then the other leg is coming up, staying nice and connected. And I'm going to do these bend and reach series, which is double leg stretch in the mat repertoire. And so I'm going to nod the chin, curve forward again. I'm going to hold on to my head and I'm going to send these legs from a bent position to a straight position. Just going to do 4 of these to get into that focus. And then I'm going to lift the legs straight up and lower down 3 times for 1 and 2 and 3. Inhale, lift them up. And exhale, lower down 1 and 2. It gets harder. Really use that breath. Stay with that connection. 1 and 2 and 3. Inhale, lift. Exhale, one more time for 1 and 2 and 3. And bring the legs back up. I'm going to bring this right into scissors. So the legs are up straight. I'm going to take my hands out from behind my head. This is actually nice because I can use the leverage of my legs to keep myself in flexion. So this is fine. Now, what I want to make sure everybody's focusing on is staying with that stability, keeping the legs moving in equal and opposite directions. You're working through these quads. We're just kind of breathing with 2 exhales. And I'm going to do one more here. And then I'm going to single that out, but I'm going to flex the feet. I'm going to pull up even more for 2. So I'm getting a nice hamstring stretch for 4. I've got these floppy yoga pants on, so, well, that's okay. Feeling free and flowy. And for 8, 2 more for 9. And that's 10. Take an inhale, bend. Exhale, lower it down. I am going to come back to this position, but right now I do want to turn over, and we're gonna go ahead and focus on a little bit of extension as well as some butt work. So the first thing is going to be just to get this butt feeling active and engaged. We're going to go into this laterally rotated position. We're going to squeeze those heels together. I'm going to put my hands underneath my forehead as a pillow to just make sure I'm activating these glutes. So squeezing the heels, lifting up a little bit, squeezing, lifting up, and then one more like that. Good. Now I'm going to extend those legs long because I'm going to bring this into a swan dive. So I'm going to bring my hands here a little bit further on the mat. Now everybody's going to be different as far as how much they're going to want to lift up. This is just going right into extension to kind of counterbalance that flexion that we did. But what I want to do is just a couple of preps to help you to press into the mat and extend, keeping these shoulders down. My abs are getting a little stretched, but they're also working so that I don't just crank in one area of my spine. With extension, we want some nice fluid extension equal through all of the pieces of the spine. So this last one, I'm going to come up, and now this one, this time, as I lower down with control, my legs are going to lift up. And then going to come up again, pressing up. And again, if your back hurts you, if that feels like too much, you can have your hands further away. You don't have to lift into that much extension. You do what you can do as far as that. But when you come down, we want those legs to lift. And then again, lifting up and lifting those legs up. So your body's like a pasta bowl, right? You're not going to leave those legs down there. They're going to come up as your upper body lowers down. And we do have the rock and catch. So you want to bring a little bit of power into this. I'm only going to do 3 of these. And you're going to lower it down. So you want to push into a little shell stretch after that, just to counterbalance that. And we're coming right up onto that knee so that we can do, I'm going to do the easiest of this advanced repertoire on the mat. It's the single leg kick. I like this. You're going to start on your knees. You're going to have a little hinge at the hip to bring that arm down, and then this leg is going to be right out coming from your hip. So it's going to be 2 kicks forward and 1 kick back. So 2 kicks forward and 1 kick back. So you might recognize this from the essential repertoire when we're lying all the way down on our side. We're getting a nice hip hinge here, nice stretch through the hamstrings. We're getting some core work here with the hand down. Good. 2 more. And last one. And I'm keeping everything nice and still. Good. Coming right up from there and onto the other side. It's like a little teapot. You're just bringing that hand down. You bring this leg up. You're going to flex that foot. It's 2 kicks forward and 1 kick back. So you want to be careful that you're not, kind of compensating in a bunch of ways like that. Keep everything nice and stable. So 2 kicks forward and 1 kick back. Getting that nice reach, stretching the hamstring, stretching the hip flexor, 2 kicks forward, 1 kick back. All the while you're in the side plank. 2 more. Good, last one. And press it back. Nice. Come back out of that. Good job. I'm going to do a little side bend to stretch that out a little bit. I'm going to actually pull that back to do the side bend that's from the essential repertoire, because I like to have people get this feeling if they can't do a full plank. Okay, so the knee is here in front, and you're going to bear that weight on the knee. The hand is going to be in line with that knee, so that when you come up, you press those hips forward, and you're in this one long line here. So the important thing as you set this up is that your butt is back here, your hand is in line with this knee, so that when you come up on that, we're just doing 2 of these to save time. You can, of course, stop this video and do 1 more, but I just wanted to bend that spine that way. And then we're going to get back onto our backs for some rollovers. All right, here we go. reaching it up. So you're not coming into the full plank, but this is a lovely side bend with a little bit of resistance coming from here, but you're leaning onto that knee and pressing those hips forward. Make sure that you're not staying back here, so that's important there. Good, all right, we're gonna go back to this seated position, talking about articulating and rolling. We're gonna roll like a ball, all right? So we're gonna be in this balanced position. Breath, just let it flow. The cueing on this could be an inhale, back, exhale, up. You wanna maintain that connection here with this. And this is a really nice spinal massage. It feels pretty good. And last one. Good. And then we're going to place the feet down and we're going to set up for the rollover. So we've articulated a lot coming from the upper body. Now we're going to articulate from the low body. And this is challenging because it is very hard to mobilize the bottom part of the spine. I mean, it's hard with the upper part of this part of the spine as well, but this is, we're gonna imprint the spine, we're gonna lift those legs, and we're gonna do this little bit of a prep. So this, you could see this in any gym, it's like a little reverse crunch, right? So you're really thinking of lifting the butt up with no feet on the mat. So it's not the bridge, because you wanna really try to engage through those abs and peel that spine off. So that's why it's a challenging concept. Once you learn this concept, you can use the body and the flexibility of it. And if you do those, you want to kind of switch. And I probably did a few too many to switch and do all of those. But then I'm going to bring you right into that rollover. So here we go. Your legs are going to be out. It's an inhale, lift the legs up. Exhale, peel that spine up. And yes, I'm using a little bit of the anchoring of my arms, but not like crazy. I'm gonna open the legs, flex the feet, and I'm gonna peel down with control. Articulating the low part of the body. Close, inhale to lift, hinge. Lift it up, open. You wanna be careful not to go onto your neck. I'm on my mid-thoracic, peel it down. Let's do 4 of these together. And you could always do more. Inhale, hinge, peel the spine up. Now, technically you would tap down if you have that flexibility. Many people do not. And I should say, if you are someone who has osteoporosis in your spine, this might not be the best exercise for you. Peel it down. Nice job, and finish. Now, just to show a different variation, I'm going to do that rolling ball again, only in a laterally rotated position. And this one is seal. It's kind of fun one to finish with. In here. So here's the clapping back here, and here's the clapping up here. Whoa, yeah, that's okay. And good. Usually with my students in the class, I like to make them make the, the little seal noise. One last one. And great.